Inductees and guests, please draw your attention to the stage for the beginning of this evening's formal recognition program. Thank you. I'd like to welcome the Rho Kappa officers and select members to open the program with the Pledge of Allegiance. However, before the pledge, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Please welcome High School Principal Stephen Herman to the stage for some opening remarks.
Good evening. We want to welcome everyone to the Rho Kappa National Social Studies Honor Society for the Fleetwood Area High School, year 2024. We have a few inductees this evening in two separate ceremonies, and we're going to get things kicked off here in about a minute. But first I want to say one of my favorite portions of this ceremony is getting to hear a little bit about the students' backgrounds and the historical figure that resonates with them the most and why. Some of them get a little entertaining, but we'll see what the evening has in store for us. So at this time I'd like to turn things back over to Mrs. Hefner.
At this time, current Rho Kappa officers and members will share the meaning and symbols of the organization.
Founded in 2003 and associated with the National Council for the Social Studies, Rho Kappa is a society whose purpose is to honor excellence in the social studies. This chapter at Fleetwood High School is in its third year and the first of its kind in Berks County. It is an honor to be selected for membership in this organization, and I congratulate each of the inductees for attaining this distinction. The name Rho Kappa is taken from two words of Semitic origin. Rho is derived from resh, meaning head, and Kappa is derived from kaf, which means palm of the hand. Both of these terms symbolize the firm belief that knowledge without service is useless.
Each of you meets the requirements for membership, and this includes superior work in social studies classes and participation in school or community service. Your work demonstrates the qualities of industry, initiative, and reliability. The principal purpose of Rho Kappa is to stimulate a deeper and more comprehensive understanding of all the academic disciplines comprising the social studies curriculum. Thus, on this occasion, it is appropriate to take a moment and reflect on the significance and contributions of the social studies in the development of the individual.
Rho Kappa associates itself with four colors, white, green, gold, and blue. White represents veritas, or truth. According to Nadine Gordimer, South African author and Nobel laureate, the truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. In social studies, we seek the truth. The truth we seek is untarnished by prejudice or bias. It is in this search that leads to greater understanding of the world and the humanity's place in it.
Green stands for scientia, or knowledge. The Greek philosopher and dramatist Euripides stated, "Whoso neglects learning in his youth loses the past and is dead for the future." As a member of Rho Kappa, you have the distinction of being one who seeks knowledge in your youth, and you are therefore building upon your understanding of the past in order to create a future of your own and that of the world in which we live.
Gold represents sapientia, or wisdom. As Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "It is the province of knowledge to speak, and it is the privilege of wisdom to listen. Wisdom is the tool we use to discern what is true and how to value that truth."
The blue candle represents officium, or service. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Indian political leader Mohandas Gandhi once said, "True civic engagement in school or community service lies not within what you do, but why you do it."
At this time, current Honor Society officers and members will be introducing each inductee, whether able to be here this evening or not. Inductees will be called to the front of the stage in small groups. Please simply come forward when your name is called and stand in front of the podium on the carpet and face the audience. And once your group has been inducted, certainly some round of applause is in order, and you can return to your seats and with your families.
I'd like to welcome Zareen Alafrouk, Jadlyn Eicher, and Sydney Guida for induction into Rho Kappa. Zareen Alafrouk is the daughter of Rana and Iyad Alafrouk and sister to Jamila Alafrouk, Omar Alafrouk, Mariam Alafrouk, and Ali Alafrouk. Her favorite historical figure is Yasser Arafat. Zareen writes that she finds him inspirational because, as a Palestinian, he is the epitome of Palestinian resistance and liberation. Jadlyn Eichert is the daughter of Julian Eichert and Jessica Ortiz Eichert, and sister to Julian Eichert Jr. Her favorite social studies figure is U.S. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez because of her humble beginnings as a Latina woman and inspiring drive to advocate for minorities and others in need. Sydney Guida is the daughter of Michael and Jennifer Guida and the sister to Mason Guida. Social studies is important to her because history is not only something that we learn about, but it is something that we all are. History is the biology of all humanities. It defines our chemical composition as much as any cell. It is the form and physiology, the anatomy of me, of you, and of the present. Beyond the flesh and the bone and the blood, we are robust, intricate past made raw present, and social studies teaches us about the insides of ourselves as much as it teaches us about the world. Congratulations, Doreen, Jadlyn, and Sydney.
I'd like to introduce Sophia Burrell-Cobrin, Sienna Geschwind, and Samuel Hebner for induction into Rho Kappa. Sophia Burrell is the daughter of Trisha Burrell and Stephen Coburn, and sister to Dominic, Everett, Natalie, and Harrison. One of her favorite historical figures is Nellie Bly. She finds her story about her 10 days at the Women's Lunatic Asylum very interesting. For the way that women were viewed at the time, she was very brave to do what she did for the good of the people. Sienna Geschwind is the daughter of Kelly and Jamie Geschwind, and sister to Abigail Geschwind. Social studies is important to her because it has let her understand how she and others have gotten to where we are now. Samuel Huebner is the son of Stephen and Sherry Huebner, and brother of Elizabeth and Daniel Huebner. His favorite social studies figure is Desmond T. Doss. Doss was a combat medic in World War II, but due to his Christian beliefs, he refused to touch a gun. Since Doss wanted to be on the battlefield, other soldiers ridiculed Doss, thinking that he was stupid or trying to get himself killed. He was in the battle at Hacksaw Ridge on the island of Okinawa, and he saved 75 men, both American and Japanese, all without the use of a gun. Desmond's mindset of saving without killing shows to me what a true hero can be. Always thinking about everyone in a war, not just the side that he's on. His story was so powerful to Samuel because he proved everyone wrong. People constantly harassed Desmond for his beliefs, but no matter what, he did not change, and he fought for what he believed in. Because of his fighting and his faith, he was able to prove everyone wrong and forever engrave himself into history. Congratulations, Sophia, Sienna, and Samuel.
I'd like to introduce Jake Berghold and Jonathan Hartline for introduction into Rho Kappa. Picture. Jake Berghold is the son of Barry and Daniela Berghold. Jake believes social studies is important to our world, so we avoid making the same mistakes that led to the issues of the past. Things such as genocides, wars, and environmental deterioration all start from smaller issues, and their escalation could be avoided once those smaller issues are recognized. Jonathan Hartline is the son of Vanessa and Jacob Hartline, and brother of Justin and Tyler Hartline. His favorite social studies figure is King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, because he took massive responsibility becoming king at a very young age, and showing incredible leadership and courage despite having a debilitating and eventually fatal disease. Congratulations, Jake and Jonathan.
I'd like to introduce Owen Bice, Nicholas Christensen, and Liana Corpora for introduction into Rho Kappa. Owen Bice is the son of Sally and Jeremy and brother to Braden Bice. Owen believes social studies is important to our world because it allows us to be taught and reminded of what has occurred throughout the course of time. Both the good and the bad are important and should not be forgotten. Nicholas Christensen is the son of Jennifer and Eric Christensen and brother to Ava Christensen. Nicholas believes that social studies is important to the world because it helps humanity learn from our mistakes. It also helps us learn where we come from. Liana Corpora is the daughter of Jennifer Bowman and Robert Corpora and sister to Bryce Corpora and Shannon Bowman. Her favorite social studies figure is Anne Boleyn. She finds the overall reign of King Henry VIII fascinating, specifically Anne Boleyn and her storyline. Her unfair treatment is one of Liana's favorite aspects of this time period. Congratulations, Owen, Nicholas, and Liana.
I'd like to introduce Ethan Buchter and Yasmin Fahim for induction into Rho Kappa. Ethan Buchter is the son of Terry Buchter and Gina Buchter, and brother to Adrian Buchter and Hector Buchter. Ethan believes that social studies is important to our world because everyone needs to know the history of the world. We need to learn from our mistakes and to make sure we never make them again. History is a part of every single person, and is of the utmost importance for people to have knowledge of it. Yasmin Fahim is the daughter of Christina and Yusuf Fahim, and sister to Dahlia and Nadia Fahim. She finds that social studies is a vital aspect of our lives. It helps us comprehend the present by illuminating how we have changed over time. Our future depends on history because it allows us to learn from our mistakes and prevent negative recurrences. Social studies is incredibly helpful in every way to have true understanding of ourselves. Congratulations to Ethan and Yasmin.
like to introduce McKenna Bucks and Ziani Danner for introduction into Rho Kappa. McKenna Bucks is the daughter of Ann Sturley and Mike Bucks, and sister of Jacob Bucks. McKenna believes that social studies is important because it shaped the world we currently live in. Learning about history allows you to have a broader and a more informed perspective that is essential for growth. Ziani Danner is the daughter of Elena Boehm and Kyle Danner, and sister of Zariah and Zoe Boehm. Her favorite social studies figure is Sojourner Truth because she never stopped fighting even when it seemed the world was against her. When her 5-year-old son was illegally sold into slavery, she fought back and became the first Black woman to win a legal course against a white man. Congratulations, McKenna and Ziani.
He believes that social studies is important to our world as it helps us understand humanity and our interconnectedness. By studying how society has evolved, our world can learn from the past mistakes and success and ultimately create a better future. Stephen Zhang is the son of Minchai Chen and Mingchang Zhang, and his brother to Tony Zhang. His favorite historical figure is George Washington. He was elected president even though he didn't want to be, but he still chose to fulfill his duty to his country. Congratulations to Chase, Samuel, and Stephen.
I'd like to introduce Morgan Lowther, Gabriel Siegfried, and Abigail Stella for introduction into Rho Kappa. Morgan Lowther is the daughter of April and Matthew Lowther. She finds social studies important to the world because it lets us reflect on what we did well and what we need to improve upon, which allows us to make better decisions for the present and future. Gabriel Siegfried is the son of Devin and Missy Siegfried and brother of Zachary Siegfried. His favorite social studies figure is Theodore Roosevelt due to his commitment to conserving the environment. He made great strides while president to create national parks and other reserves. Also, Gabriel thinks he did an exceptional job handling the tasks that come with being a president. Abigail Stella is the daughter of Jacinda and Dominic Stella and sisters of Nicholas Stella. She finds that Elizabeth Blackwell is one of her favorite figures in history because she became the first woman in the U.S. to be granted a medical degree. Her story of why she became a doctor is also inspiring. One of Elizabeth's friends became deathly ill and insisted that a female doctor would give better care. Elizabeth then persevered through many rejections and obstacles to become a doctor, where she was able to help many people. Congratulations, Morgan, Gabriel, and Abigail.
I'd like to introduce Emily Miller and Shelby Shane. Emily Miller is the daughter of Nora and Todd Miller and sister of Ryan Miller. She believes that social studies is important to our world because it is important to learn about the past since we weren't physically here to know what happened. It is very important to understand why our world is the way it is today. We can also see the continuity and change in our world, and we are left with less questions. Shelby is the daughter of Matt Shane and sister to Dylan Shane. Her favorite historical figure is Susan B. Anthony because she was brave and paved the way for women's rights today. Congratulations, Emily and Shelby.
To complete the formal induction process, I invite all new members to turn to the back of the program and join the current officers and members in reading the Rho Kappa Pledge. If all new inductees could rise. I have a few extra programs here if this would be handy as well.
I promise to serve others, to search for truth, to utilize knowledge, and to seek wisdom through the pursuit of academic excellence in the social studies. I promise to serve Fleetwood Area High School and to the community for true scholars of the social studies, lead by example.
Let's have one more round of applause for the new inductees. I hope you enjoyed your tour in the museum before this evening's reception. I invite you to enjoy some more of the snacks in the back of the room before departing this evening's program. And yes, new inductees, you may be seated. Also, before you leave, at the conclusion of the ceremony, if the new inductees can just meet at the front of the stage for a group picture, we would appreciate it. So at this time, I would like to welcome High School Assistant Principal Jennifer Nyman for some closing remarks.
Congratulations once again to this evening's inductees. And just looking out across the inductees and working with you guys over the last number of years, I'm really looking forward to seeing you go out into the community and take all of the truths that you have uncovered, because these are not people that are willing to settle for that first answer. They're going to keep digging until they find what's really true. They're going to take that to heart out into the community and do good with it. So I really look forward to what you guys are going to take forward once you leave Fleetwood High School and continue on your way. Thank you.
And that does conclude this evening's programs. Once again, new inductees, if you can meet in the front of the stage. Thank you.
I really must